Hello everyone, I'm Kaelin Joseph, student number N05958826. I'm currently repeating half of my second year as I didn't complete all of the courses, including this one. So I'll also be reflecting on last year, my second year, as well as my first year. So throughout my first year and partially throughout the second year, I found it particularly difficult to find the motivation to attend as many lectures and seminars as I would later find out to be necessary to pass the course. Also, having the comprehensive notes was always one of the things that I lacked, which always made it more difficult to prepare for exams towards the end of the year, as I had to find all of the notes and then compile them as well as study from them. So over the last summer, I was given the opportunity to work as an assistant underwriter at Arch Insurance Bermuda, a division of Arch Reinsurance Limited. In doing so, I was allowed to shadow executive underwriters and accompany them on confidential meetings. And I was also given the task to create the first draft of quotes as well as the insurance policy binders later on. This was my first opportunity to work in an office scenario, though I have had 2 other jobs beforehand. This was a huge learning experience, to say the least. I learned the basics of the insurance industry and later on learned some of the more challenging aspects of the insurance market. 2 of these main skills that I took away from this apprenticeship was learning how to work efficiently as a team, as each and every one of us in the office had our particular task to do, and if one of us didn't complete our task on time, then that affected the whole crew. One of the lesser traits that would solidify during my time in the insurance industry over the summer was punctuality, as minimal infractions were actually tolerated by them before an employee would get terminated for this kind of thing. This is something that I've actually carried over into this term, as I've made an effort to maintain 90% or more attendance this year. I did find many tasks difficult during my time in the insurance industry, but I just found it necessary to ask as many questions as possible in order to complete the task in hand. In order to reflect further, I've chosen to incorporate Gibbs' 1988 model of reflection to evaluate the past 2 years of my academic study and my last summer of employment. By exploring how I felt during the experience and evaluating how I acted upon those feelings, I was finally able to assess how I would go forward in the future. For example, being in a new environment meant that I was naturally intimidated by the new tasks that were required of me and the people around me, but not by not refusing to ask questions and get to know the other people that I'm working with. This allowed me to move forward with those tasks. Secondly, by being a floating employee in 3 different... Okay, I'll pause it there, I can use that. Secondly, by being a floating employee in either of 3 departments, this meant that I always had many deadlines that would often conflict with each other. At the beginning of the summer, learning to be on time was a massive challenge, as I was never quite effective at time management before, which meant that I had to adapt to managing tasks in more bearable increments that would allow for tasks to be completed before the deadline to assure no assignment was forgotten. Going forward in this academic year, I plan to attend at least 90% of the lectures and seminars. By doing this is a stark contrast to my attendance in the previous years, which has proven to complicate learning, to say the least. By attending at a constant rate, I feel like this will allow me to grasp concepts more firmly in a gradual manner. My unique selling point, as well as my greatest achievement outside of academia, would be that I have 8 years of work experience in 3 different fields. This enables me to adapt to many different situations that may arise throughout my future career. Thanks for watching.